Hello builders and backers, I'm Greg Ten and this is the Startup Weekly Brief. Each week I look at startups you probably haven't heard of yet. Not the big names, but the ones quietly building, raising money and starting to matter. If you're a founder, an investor, or just curious as to how startups actually grow, this is for you. I cover companies across Europe, the US, Latin America, and Asia. And I look at where venture capital and private money are really going. This is the read on the startup market from the past week, the 5th of Jan to the 8th of Jan 2026. What moved, what mattered, and why it's worth paying attention. This week on the Startup Brief, the story isn't about flashy new products. It's about where the money is going and which companies are being picked up. A lot of it points to the same place. AI tools, enterprise software, the stuff underneath how companies actually run. Let's start with LMArena. LMArena raised $150 million this week, valuing the company at $1.7 billion. LMArena is a Silicon Valley startup that compares AI models. It runs public leaderboards that show how different models perform side by side. Companies and AI labs can also pay LMArena to test their models more deeply. The company was founded by Anastasios Angelopoulos and Wei-Ling Qian, and it started as a research project at UC Berkeley. This was a Series A round, and it was led by venture firm Felicis, alongside UC Investments, which manages money for the University of California. What stands out here is where the money is going, not into other AI apps, but into tools that help people understand which AI models actually work. Next, Snowflake is buying Observe. Observe is a Silicon Valley startup that builds monitoring tools for software teams. It helps companies see what's happening inside their systems by tracking logs, metrics, and errors. The company was founded by Jacob Lieverick and Jonathan Trevor and Ang Lee. It was incubated at Sutter Hill Ventures. This week, Snowflake signed an agreement to acquire Observe, although the price wasn't disclosed. This is another example of a large platform buying tools that sit deep inside enterprise systems. Over in the UK, Accenture is acquiring Faculty AI. Faculty AI is a London-based company that builds AI software and provides technical AI services. It works with large companies and government clients with a focus on safety and security. The company was founded in 2014 by Mark Warner. This week, Accenture announced plans to acquire Faculty AI. Financial details weren't shared. This shows how big consulting firms are bringing AI capability in-house rather than building everything themselves. Back in Silicon Valley, Articulate is raising its next round. Articulate builds AI systems for regulated industries. In simple terms, it focuses on places with rules, controls, and compliance requirements. The company was founded by Aaron Subramanian and is based in Santa Clara. This week, Articulate secured more than half of a planned $70 million Series B round. The round values the company at $500 million before new money. The first part was led by Adara Ventures. Again, this is money going into AI designed for real-world enterprise use. On the investor side, Antler closes a new fund. Antler is an early-stage venture firm with a global platform. It helps form and fund startups across multiple regions. The firm is led by founder and CEO Magnus Grimmerland and is based in Singapore. This week, Antler reported that it closed a $160 million fund focused on the US market. The fund was finalized in December 2025. That signals fresh capital ready to be deployed at the early stage. Finally, a different kind of deal out of Brazil. Freight.com announced a large structured finance transaction. Freight.com is a logistics and freight company operating in Brazil. Details on its products weren't disclosed. This week, the company announced a 250 million Brazilian real financing structure called an FIDC. This is a debt financing, not venture equity. It stands out because it shows another way scale-ups are funding growth, especially outside of the venture model. Put it all together and the picture is somewhat clear. Money and acquirers are clustering around AI and enterprise infrastructure. At the same time, different types of capital are still flowing to companies at other stages. All right then, there it is, the read on the global startup market. Later this week, we'll publish the Startup in Focus, where we take a closer look at one startup, what it's building, and how it's shaping innovation. Until next time, stay bold. Ciao, ciao.